Oh, what's up?
So see that white, that white banner?
Below the...
Yeah, that's what $1,000 gets you. $1,000. That was like amongst I don't know, maybe 25 alumni that donated.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what $1,000 gets you.
Is it too late? Oh, that's what they were doing through the thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I get overwhelmed with that group chat, man.
Yeah, I just turn off the notifications and just let it go.
Coming to the field is
I just let it go, then I just kind of come back to it.
And I wonder if there's an easier way to do donations or fundraising.
Oh yeah, no, the money goes straight to the team.
No, instead of just Venmo into Carlos or something.
I'm sure you could. Nick, then Dominic Pendergrass, then Steven.
Wait, Dominic's coaching?
No. At that time, Dominic was.
Is it long enough?
Yeah, it's long enough.
All right, give me a second. There it is.
All right, so where are we at?
It is sync. All right, I'm here with Mr. Robert Vasquez,
How you doing?
former center of the Westminster Lions.
A long time ago.
All right. Where would we like to start?
Let's recap so far because we're 7 minutes into the first quarter. The Lions are up by 7.
One touchdown, and I completely ignored it. Are we still in the first quarter?
Yeah, we're still in the first quarter.
All right.
7 minutes left in the first quarter.
All right, we can start with how we first met. I think I met you at freshman football back in the summer of 2002.
Yeah, 2002 freshman.
I don't even want to say that out loud. That's before half these kids were born. 2002.
Yeah, no shit.
And you definitely had way more experience than I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here we go. Lions got a.
Oh my goodness! Is he taking it to the house?
Taking it to the house.
Oh my God!
They gotta take it down.
Nah. Out of bounds at the 30 some odd yards.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was 2002, the freshman early camp, and we all met before we met all our other friends.
The 38-yard line will be first and
Sports
10
started
lines.
early, and I remember we were all shoved in one class and no one talked to each other, and that was like a pretty rough group of dudes that we had as a freshman team.
Yeah, looking back, it was a wild group. Our locker room was it was in a cage. Dude, there's some wild times, man.
Yeah, there was. That was.
There were some fights this.
Yeah, I think that was the last years of
that cage, huh?
Westminster being bad.
Being what?
Being bad with gang violence.
Oh yeah.
Westminster caught a catch. Receiver broke 2 tackles. Got a gain of 8 or no? A lot more.
This game has changed so much.
Yeah, it has. Got a gain of 15.
The crackback blocks don't exist anymore, and that made it kind of exciting back in the day.
Yeah, it did. It just also too. It's just the game has changed and technology has changed, and I look at the game differently now too. You don't realize how much punishment you put in your body through every day and every game.
Yeah, I think a lot of these kids, they don't know any of these plays could be their absolute last time playing.
Almost.
And how many years of football did you play before you went to high school?
Well, I got thrown in the fire at 6. I wanted to play. Unfortunately, I was too heavy at that time to play with kids my age. So
What was the weight limit?
I can't remember it, but
okay.
I was at the time they said, hey, you fall under the next level up of kids. So all the kids I initially started playing with were 2 to 3 years older than I was, and that's how I met Cameron Nunez, Mikey Blackburn, Jeff Andrew, a bunch of guys that graduated way before, and Matt Cravey, all those guys.
Were you in the same? Were they small back then?
No, actually they're huge. Buckingham Park was filled up everywhere, and there pretty much wasn't any room. There was multiple teams of all the different divisions. At that time, it was
that was Pop Warner, right? Or is that
Junior American? But more or less the same thing. Pop Warner and Junior American have slightly different weight requirements for the different ages. And I think Pop Warner was a little lighter, but I believe now that Pop Warner has an 8th grade level where there's no weight limit.
Yeah.
I can't prepare you for
Because
high school.
I thought the Pop Warner was dying. I thought for some reason football was dying. So like they needed more kids, and
you know
then
what?
too many
Here-
kids were overweight, so they allowed bigger kids.
Around here it was. Unfortunately, there's been a couple attempts to revive the Westminster feeder program, but that didn't really work out. And it's kind of unfortunate. But I know the Garden Grove Pop Warner has been strong, and also like the Huntington Beach feeder teams, like Edison and Huntington Beach, they've been strong. And it's kind of hard not to. It's kind of hard not to go to a feeder school and not go to that school. So those kids end up going there. And Huntington Beach School District is an open enrollment. So long as you live within the Huntington Beach School District, you can go to any of the Huntington Beach schools.
Oh.
So living right down the street,
you don't have to be like near them.
No, as long as you lived within the district. So right now because we're on the edge, we're in Westminster. So as long as we lived in Westminster's area of attendance, I could choose to go to any of the Huntington Beach schools. So Fountain Valley.
Oh, gotcha.
Edison, Huntington Beach, Marina. Yeah, so that's the one thing about Huntington Beach. The Huntington Beach School District is you can move around. So if you lived over here and you played football with all your friends over in Huntington Beach, you're probably going to go to a Huntington Beach school. But that's how it is. It just it is what it is, unfortunately. But I hope there is a new program that comes around here and develops and gets some Westminster a lot of new guys that have experience. But also that goes back to times changing.
Who did you play with during that junior All-American that played with us?
That played with us, you would have to go back to our junior year to be with anybody. So like Cameron, Mikey, Carlos Brooks, Jason Morris, pretty much that whole class. That was the Westminster dudes. I knew them since I was a kid.
Okay.
So a lot of those guys, I grew up. I was already playing with them for, almost 5 years.
All those kids, I thought they were pretty. All those guys were. I thought they were pretty. They were amazing athletes. Well, considering most of the guys. I don't know the percentage, but most of us, when we joined high school, that was the first time playing football. None of us really had experience.
Yeah, I really didn't. That was when I first came here. I figured everybody played because I was like, just all I played. Adam Gutierrez played. Tony Ramirez and his brother played. And we would take our pads home and we'd go beat up each other in whoever's grass was. We'd be in Tony's backyard, fully suited up, doing tombstones on our own.
Tombstones.
We'd just laying each other out. We all have we'd have our Westminster stuff, and Adam would be in his Garden Grove stuff, and all of a sudden we had some other friends that played for other places, and all of a sudden we're playing 3-on-3 football in the backyard, killing each other.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. So my cousin. There, touchdown.
Counter, touchdown. 14-0.
Yeah, about to be 14-0 with 5 minutes left in the
It looks like it's going to be an early night. If you want to beat the traffic, leave now.
Right? But
it's crazy to see the school being this lively.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to see.
I don't remember I remember a few years ago when there was 15 kids on the team. These guys weren't coaching yet.
Yeah, that was the down years. That unfortunately, I'm gonna keep it short. But there was a coach who came here and pretty much destroyed the program. And we ran into him a couple of times when I was coaching here. We'd go play other schools and be like, "Hey, that's that coach from a couple years ago, right?" And yeah, that's him. And one year we went to go play Santa Ana High School for a JV game, and we rolled up, and usually our JV team was small, but small to us is 25 dudes.
Okay.
And so
enough for offense, defense, whatever.
Yeah, we would get the shorter big bus, not the big bus, but not a small bus.
We couldn't remember when we played. We needed 2 big buses, right?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, so we had the smaller of the big buses, and we still had space. And so we went over there, and you know how it is. They're all, hey, don't talk to anybody. Don't, someone throw some gang sign,
Yeah.
So Santa Ana's gnarly. But, during my coaching time, we've had a gun pulled out on us, some knives, thrown up on us. Dude, high school football, it's crazy. But, so anyway, so we showed up, and we recognized this coach already.
Is he coaching over there, or is he?
No, I don't know where he's at now. I hope he's not coaching football at all, destroying.
Was he a young guy?
No, he wasn't. He was. I think at that time he might have been in his mid 40s. So.
Oh wow, because I thought if it was like a guy, barely just graduated, like 19, 20, 21.
No.
I would give him like a lot more grace. Like it's his first time doing it.
So we showed up, right, and all our kids get off the bus and we're starting to line up and warm up, and we're like, hey, we started looking at the time and we're like, dude, are these guys gonna come out of their locker room? And finally we started seeing them walk over. And like, oh, that's kind of weird. Are they sending like early outs to a JV game? And we started counting, like, yeah, there's 15. And they line up, and I was like, that's kind of weird that they're doing early outs. And it wasn't early outs, it was their whole team.
Oh, my God.
There's a whole team, one coach, no assistant coaches. And so, unfortunately, like, those kids they only have, X amount of gas in them. And so by the time, like, we hit halftime, we're already just 3 or 4 touchdowns ahead of them. And he's comes out third quarter just screaming at the top of his lungs.
Oh my goodness!
Like expecting these kids to be all stars.
Just turn it on in like a one speech.
Yeah, unfortunately he was treating them like shit, and we had to get the refs involved. And then we saw him again, and he was doing the same thing at another school, and we had to let the refs know ahead of time. Hey, he does this. If he does this, we're not going to play. We're going to pull our kids off the field. I was like, we don't care if we forfeit. We're just not going to give him. We're not going to let him talk to his kids like that.
Yeah, I think when you get to you're right. Keep in mind they are kids. It's rare that there are bad kids. I mean, like there are bad apples in there, but it's like animals. Like they're like bad owners, but there's no bad animals. It's up like 80-90% up to the coach to like raise these young men and do a good job of coaching them. And
yeah, I can understand maybe his situation where he is maybe frustrated. It's a lot to teach and too many people to teach at once. He's all by himself. Yeah, that's frustrating. But you can't. At the end of the day, we're out here playing football. And, they can only do so much. They're kids, and that goes back to how many of these kids have experience. Not a lot.
Yeah.
And that's mainly freshman football, JV football. You kind of get in like kids for the first time that ever played. And
are you an only child?
No, I have an older brother.
Oh, okay.
But he wasn't in the sports deal. Okay. He'd rather try to be the guy to go try to be a gangbanger and try to be like, I'm the cool dude over here drinking a 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not a sports guy. He likes football, but he's not a.
Because I understand how I understand football is like, pre-high school, it's pretty expensive, isn't it? Like.
Yeah. At the time, it was pretty expensive. I think Westminster was still pretty affordable, and they had payment plans, and they had I think it was maybe $125 back in 1995 to go play football.
Oh wow!
Yeah, which is at that time, $125 ain't much now, but then it was probably a lot.
What isn't Pop Warner nowadays at least $1,000?
It depends on the school. It depends on. Oh my God, you guys!
Oh, fumble.
That was that ball came out it was like a little animal trying to get away from that pile. So Westminster just got the ball back on Santa Ana Valley's, what's that, 15 or 14?
14-0.
Yeah, about 14-yard line. And it's 14-0 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. So that also goes back to the program. So, I know Garden Grove and, some of these other programs and, Huntington Beach, yeah, the entry fee to play is a lot, but you get gear bags, you get to keep your own jersey. It pays for snacks and drinks for the kids. So that's the only reason where it's not where at Westminster it's like, hey, we got a team mom. The team mom's she's got to scramble and talk to all the parents and see if she could get some donations going and see which parent of one of the kids on the team could, hey, can you grab waters this week? The next week it's the so-and-so's parents. They're grabbing waters and Gatorade and ice, whatever. So that's how it always was. So we were very fortunate that when I was coming up, a lot of the kids that we all played with, we stayed together all the way up.
Yeah.
So all the parents knew each other, and we all had pool parties and sleepovers and all that stuff. But,
hey, yo, 50-50 tickets?
We might have to. We won last time.
Oh my goodness.
That was a good time.
How was your overall time at let's say our varsity years? Did you enjoy our varsity years?
Yeah, I really did. A nice screen pass right now. Let's see, screen pass and for a touchdown.
Touchdown number 3 for the Lions.
Oh, and one thing I just noticed, it looks like the cheerleaders take Venmo or Zelle.
What's up?
I think the cheerleaders take Venmo or Zelle. She's got a QR code. Yeah. But
How much is the? Excuse me. How much is the 50-50? Are you selling 50-50 right now?
Yes.
How much is it?
So if you buy one per dollar, but then if you buy $5 worth, you get an extra ticket.
All right. I'll get some.
$5 you get 6.
That's pretty good. 2 remaining in the first quarter. The score. Falcons 0. Your Westminster Lions 21.
I'm feeling it. This is it. We got the winners.
I definitely got the winners.
Oh.
Yeah, so going back to your question, you know what? So for me, I said, I played with all these guys until I got older. So when I got into like the 7th, 8th grade, all these guys have already went to high school because they're 2 to 3 years older than I was.
Yeah.
So I played 1 year by myself. Well, not by myself, but it's 2. 5 and 5. Sorry.
5 and 10.
Oh, 5 and 10. Sorry. And so I played 1 year with like a bunch of kids that were my age, if not, some of them were younger. And we did all right. We did okay.
Did anyone our age play with us?
Not that I know of. No. When I came up, it was just me, and I was like, I didn't play with anyone our age. I don't think I ever played with Tony until I got to high school.
Did he play Junior All-American or Pop Warner?
He played Junior All-American. A lot of us here did the Westminster teams, and a lot of us actually Humberto. He's up there. He's now a coach, and he actually holds a record here.
That name sounds familiar. Is he older or younger than us?
He's younger. He's young, but he's one of the younger coaches on the staff now.
Oh, he's someone.
He's actually right there with the black cat, looking this direction. He's like, it's like you heard me calling him.
He's someone's cousin or nephew or something. Right?
Yeah. So Anibal and Frank Robles, that's their younger cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, he's young. Me and Tony actually coached him.
Who was your guys' coach?
McMillan.
Sorry, I got thrown off there. What was I talking about?
You talking about Tony or whatever?
Oh yeah. So
so Pedro, we can move that now. I'll move it. Okay.
What happened?
I'll move the camera.
Oh, move the camera. Go for it.
Does feel, even though we are winning, it does feel like the longest game ever.
Yeah, it's the longest game ever. I don't know why that feels that way, but it is right now.
Do you want to talk football or just school?
8:47. We can talk ball.
Huh?
I'm open to talk to everything. We can talk about football.
My brain is fried. I feel like the moment I pull up these mics, start recording, like everything, my brain reset it.
Well, we can talk about things we talked about when we weren't recording. I forgot what we were talking about.
Man, maybe Pedro can help us restart.
Yeah.
Let's give us a topic. Or Daisy, what teachers are still here from our days? What teachers are still here from our days? Data boy. What's the second thing you said?
Miss Gordon.
Who?
Miss Gordon.
Gordon? Oh, Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Dykes?
He's been
Gonzalez, Dykes.
Coach. Boyd, yeah, of course, Boyd.
Man, everyone.
Really?
Majority what?
Yeah, a lot of new people.
Oh, who's the prince? Is anyone in like?
32-yard line will be first.
Is anyone in like the principal, like upper management, like from back in the day?
No, the principal is it's the lady in the big hat, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy, our former quarterback from 2002, 2003. I don't remember the years.
Yeah, 2002.
2002.
Yeah, 2002 quarterback.
Dude, he is literally the quarterback from 20 years ago.
Oh, dude, don't say that.
Huh? I never had her.
I never had her either. Actually, no, yeah, no. I remember her now.
No.
I remember her now.
But Wyatt. What's the bandwagon's name?
John Watley.
Wally.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah, I remember
Watley.
he was like he was healthy when we were in high school, but he has like a cane now, right? Like,
I don't think he was ever healthy.
Huh?
I don't think he was ever healthy.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry,
Are we all not really healthy? This is the heaviest I've ever been in my life.
Alex and Mike too.
Hey, Alex and Mike.
Alex and Mike?
Yeah, but they're not teachers though.
Yeah, those guys are like a year
Well,
old.
actually, you know what? I
older.
take that back. Alex is a teacher. He's a teacher here now.
Oh, what does he teach?
I forget.
Oh, but you're saying teachers from back then. But it's
Yeah. I don't know what Alex teaches, but Alex is a teacher now. Oh, PE. There you go.
Oh, okay. UNLV legend,
Right.
Golden West legend.
All right, here we go. Good start off to the game. Nice gain of at least 11, maybe. Looks pretty
Oh
good.
yeah. Oh, did you? You know what's crazy? Like when you apply for like a job nowadays, it seems like no one really asks for your high school diploma. Like everyone just assumes everyone.
You know
like,
what? We talked about that lately, and we're all, how dumb are you? And just like, do you have a high school diploma? Okay, you're not that dumb. And they're all, do you have a bachelor's or an AA in something? Oh, it's in something that doesn't matter? Oh, yeah, you're pretty dumb. But it's kind of weird. Like, you know, we were always taught like, you know, go get a degree. Go, you know, you're gonna get paid more.
people talk about lying on your resume. Like no one checks a high school diploma. No one's gonna be like, oh, let me go call that school to see if you went there. Like people just take your word for it nowadays. You know.
Penalty, come on now. There should have been a penalty on that play. You know what's funny though, because I got my brother a job, and
You got a what?
I just got my brother a job with me, and actually he's we're not blood brothers, but we've known each other since he was a kid and I was young, so I consider him my brother.
Oh, is that what you're talking about earlier?
No, that's my older brother.
So you how many brothers you got?
Actually, one half brother, he's my older brother. Then our family are friends. We've just been close.
Oh, okay.
So I consider him my brother.
Oh, love him like a brother.
Yeah, I just tell everybody he's my brother. But
Is his name Tony Ramirez?
No. And I just got him a job with me, and they took like 2 weeks, like to get back to him. You gotta catch that. They took like 2 weeks to catch. I try to bring him in, and I was like, dude, call them. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I know the recruiter lady's horrible, but give him a call. So he calls one day, actually yesterday, and they're like, oh, it's your background check. It's still going through. So they call him today, and they're like, oh, we couldn't verify your bachelor's degree. And I was like, who the fuck is checking a bachelor's degree
I thought
for an entry-level position at a company? Granted, an entry-level position at my company is pretty good. It's pretty good at entry level, but you get paid pretty well.
But his field, I'm sure whatever bachelor field has nothing to do with what you work in, right? Like
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
like psychology or some bullshit.
I forgot what it was, but yeah, might as well be.
Yeah, I always thought background check was for like, oh, if you're a criminal. Like,
yeah, a lot of it's that.
Are you a registered offender around children?
Yeah, a lot of it's that, and like also like DUIs. I think if you got a couple DUIs or some like felonies.
Sorry, 12 the starting quarterback?
12's the starting quarterback? Cedillo's the starting quarterback, I believe. I do not know what number Cedillo is. I think Cedillo's like 1 or something. Oh, no, sorry, 1-on-1. I think he's 0.
Is this punt team?
Yeah, they're punting.
Yeah, they're punting.
How come everyone's so wide? Oh, fake. Do it. He didn't want to do it.
No, so in situations like this, we're up. Let's see. Watching the clock. The clock is not on a running clock. Actually, you know what? When they start here, as soon as they blow the whistle for their offense to start, and it continues afterwards, it is a running clock.
Okay.
But during like punts, they stop it for a little bit.
People don't run the ball like they used to. Remember, like if a team runs the balls like 60 times a game, like the game be over by 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
The team you pass the ball so much, like your clock stops so much.
Yeah. But so like going back to situations like this where you get a lot of like it's kind of like not really a rule, but it's like more of a etiquette not to run up the score, not to beat up the other team. But this is when we start rotating players in, getting some time.
Yeah, letting the younger guys play, or the guys don't play often play.
Yeah, but
this was like my time to shine back in the day, man. I was back. I wasn't even like second string, dude. I was like third, fourth string.
Yeah, but it's like some key positions like you're gonna keep your right in the defense. He's gonna keep his safety in there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the starting safety at least, and maybe rotate 1 or 2 corners out, but not to be too vulnerable.
Too bad I didn't get to like. Too bad I didn't get to play with you at Golden West. Like you played 1 year, right? Like
1 year, but I didn't want to play actually. So I actually have a story about that. So
I think if you played the year after or the year after that, I think you would have possibly enjoyed it more.
I probably would have.
Yeah.
So I had Gonzalo, and a couple other guys blowing me up, and they're like, "Hey, are you fucking coming out?" I was like, "You're a nice sack right now."
Did Gons play at G-Dub?
Yeah, Gonz played at G-Dub, and they was calling me as him. I think Mikey. We had a whole team. There was like at that time, I think there was like 11 of us, or no, 13 of us that were there from like 2000, from 2002 to 2006 at that point, and they're all just come. They're all blowing my phone. Just come to practice. You're already enrolled at Golden West. So why don't you just come out to play?
Yeah.
So I get dragged out of practice, whatever, and I find like a fighting for a starting spot. I was like, I guess I'll play at this point. So I get all my classes figured out and get football on there, and didn't really know what to expect. And I was like, I felt like a freshman again. Well, I was a freshman, but I felt like I was starting all over. I felt like when I was a little kid and I had to play with the older kids again.
Oh yeah.
And because there was a giant age gap, I didn't look past high school football, so I didn't intend to play in college, and I didn't understand that there was make a tackle, boys. There you go. And
1 yard gain.
yeah, I didn't intend to play after high school, and I didn't know there was a 5-year gap of people that can play.
Oh yeah, up to like 25 years old.
Yeah,
25 is the max.
yeah. So from 18 to 25.
Actually, 25 for Division 1, but for G-Dub, you can play even older. I think I saw like 26, 27, 28.
Something like that, yeah. Well, I didn't know I was playing with old men, that had much years on me. And when we had like our spring game and like, oh, that's so-and-so and his kids and so-and-so and his kids, I'm like, what the fuck?
Who's the old guy that was on your team?
I don't know. I was one of, I can't remember his name. I can see his face. But he was a dude from back east. We had a lot of guys from back east playing.
Okay.
Then that's actually, you know what? So RJ, who's coaching here now.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
Yeah, he's from Fountain Valley. That's when I met RJ. But yeah, RJ was good.
There was one guy I ran into, but he was a lineman, but he was 30 at the time. Like I think I was 18, 19, probably 19, but he was like 30. But I think he was like his last name was Tapua. I think he might have been on like his biological dad, Patrick's biological dad's like other side of the family, the unspoken side. But everything was cordial,
The kid from around the corner.
Yeah. I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't learn how to hit in high school at all. Like I remember the day it just clicked for me. It was like week 8, my first year there. I was like, oh, okay. It's like calculus. One day it just clicked.
Yeah, it takes a while. Like first, like you're timid and you really don't know how to hit and like your body position and all that stuff. So it takes some time to get used to it.
Yeah, and also like I think I felt in high school like it felt fun. It felt fun in high school. I felt like we had it felt like a brotherhood. Like I felt like we had a lot of friends. Seemed like all of us were friends, even though all of us had different backgrounds.
Yeah.
A couple cholos here, Samoan dudes there.
Yeah. Well, you think about the core group from freshman all the way up.
Yeah.
It dwindled to like less than, I don't know.
Like 20, I don't know.
Maybe that. Yeah, if that. Yeah.
Yeah. And like when I went to G-Dub, I felt like I didn't have that brotherhood. Maybe like within our positions group, like I felt all the running backs were kind of like close, but as far as like other guys on the other side of the ball, like other guys from other schools that played defense when I was on offense or vice versa, like I didn't feel like I had like a loyalty to them.
Yeah.
I felt like that's why like practice went kind of hard and I just learned.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was. I was in the same kind of boat, and
was that
dive for that, bro. That guy just stood there and put his hands up.
Oh my god, this guy better get away.
Dude, who's that? 23? Come on, 23. How stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in the same boat, and I didn't like it. I didn't feel that, and that was kind of like what threw me off that year. One of many things. Mainly, I was halfway in, halfway out. I didn't want to play. I was just there, like appeasing my friends, and I was already there and committed. And my dad always told me, "It was, hey, if you're gonna fucking play as a kid, like if you're gonna play, you made a commitment, so you have to stick out the whole season."
Yeah.
So for me, I couldn't quit. There's no quitting. So I stuck out the whole season, and I just hated it. And
Why didn't you like it? Is there a reason you didn't like?
A lot of it was, like I said, a lot of it was I was halfway in, didn't want to play, and I was just there. Then I didn't like the offense, that triple option.
That bullshit, bullshit offense.
Yeah, I didn't like that triple option.
No one alone likes
didn't
that
really
shit.
work well, and it was just kind of. And plus, we were just such a fucking ragtag team. That first year, fucking Nick Mitch, and
he was a young guy though. He was like 28, 29 at that time.
I didn't realize how young he
now
was
he's
at
like
that time.
now he's like 40 some.
Yeah, and
42 to 45 somewhere.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't seen him in a long time. I haven't been over there, but yeah, it was just so foreign to me, and I really didn't have like that much.
Did you not care or did you hated it?
A lot of it is just I started to hate it, and then I started not to care.
Okay.
And it was real like kind of humbling for me later that I added like after when it was all said and done. It was humbling, but we won. I think it was 2-8 that year.
So yeah.
We played our first game, and I think we had some San Diego Mesa came up to. There we go. Drag that kid. We had San Diego Mesa came up here to play us. We beat them, and I was like, you know what? I kind of had a rough game at my position, but I had some learning to do, and we won, and we looked really good, and that's kind of like when the team kind of like started being really cool with each other, and everyone started vibing.
Was this early on in the season or later in the
This is
season?
the first game of the year.
Okay.
And so we're like, oh fuck! I was like, maybe this is gonna be fun. Maybe this will be cool. And fuck, we went on a fucking losing streak.
Yeah, I think the year after, like when we had a new offense the next year, like we went like 2 and something each too. But I absolutely hated it, dude.
Yeah, I hated it.
Not gonna lie, dude. I think a little bit of racism was involved. Like he's like a white guy from the Midwest and I personally, this is just my opinion. Maybe he never seen Asian athletes before. And there was like and I was running back. I think I got pretty strong at that time. And fuck, man, I remember one time he put me in like garbage minutes and.
Yeah.
Amongst the running back, I was the leading rusher for running backs. The only person that had more yards was Daniel Alahuse, and we ran like this wide receiver like sweep. The only person that had more yards than me was a receiver in rushing.
Hey, Daniel Delahuse's Instagram handle?
Huh? What is it?
The Scram Ambassador, because he loves ham and scram.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that coach, he was he was an offensive line coach, but he was I thought he had really good technique.
Yeah.
For offensive linemen, but I didn't think at that time he didn't understand offensive like X's and O's. And I thought T Mac understood it pretty well. And the thing I noticed a lot of Westminster guys going to Golden West was the Westminster guys always did well. Like they're always smarter than everyone else. They not only knew their role, they knew like everyone's role around them. And
yeah, that's kind of one thing that's kind of like everyone always coached here was know your position, know the position next to you, so if anything was to happen,
like you just move around and fill around. Instead of starting over.
Yeah. And when I came back to coach, I started carrying that with me. So, like, when we went to go JV, we didn't have that many offensive line guys. So, if one dude goes down, I was like, dude, we got to depend on you to switch and play center and you to play guard. And so, we'd have to move one of our tackles to guard and our backup tackle to guard and have it all figured out.
Yeah, that was the thing with you, too. I remember you were center, then you move over to guard. And
yeah, they had Devo come to center, which is fine because I liked playing center, but I think I was more beneficial at guard.
That's the thing too. Like sometimes you want to play a position you want to play, but like sometimes the team needs you somewhere else. Like let's say if Shaquille O'Neal wants like, hey man, I want to shoot threes. I want to carry the ball down. Like no, Shaquille, you're a center. You're not gonna point guard.
Yeah,
you gotta.
And a lot of it too is like that goes back to me like when I was playing at G-Dub was I was like putting the effort at my position, but they also wanted me to play left tackle. I am not the size of a high school left tackle, let alone a junior college left tackle.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, just get stronger and put on some weight.
Oh, be 330 pounds and 6'7".
Dude, so I left here. I left here 245. Then I have 1 year with them. I left when I was all said and done. I left there at fucking 330.
No fucking way.
Yeah. I was strong and I was fucking fat. I remember. It's been a couple of years now, but I used to hang on to my old pants, and my old pants were like fucking.
What size were they?
Fucking 48s.
They look like Jared from Subway, like just holding out those.
That's what it was.
Fucking.
Yeah, fucking, they're huge. And so like ever since then, I kind of like struggle with weight. And, like I'm working on it now, but like I took a good like drop and I got down to like 260, and I kind of like kind of just fluttering since from there. But
What's the weight you want to be at?
I want to get down to like 245, like high school weight, and then 215.
Do you want to be under 200?
Probably not. I don't think it's. I think
What do you think it is? Genetics or like just your habits or?
I think it's a little bit of everything, but I think I probably could get down to like 215 if I wanted to. Then under 200, I don't think under 200 might be healthy. And plus, like if I do this, I would have to do it over a long span of time just for it to be healthy. Like I bet if I could have got like a flat band or like the stomach procedure, I probably could. But I think that losing that much weight that fast is kind of sketchy, especially like right now. Like, so I lost a bunch of weight. I started this year at like 300, and I was like, I can't do this. And like we race off road, and so when you race off road, you're in a 5-point harness.
Oh wait, are you a driver?
No, I'm a navigator and like
Right.
pit crew guy.
Let's change it up a little bit. Let me give me a second. Hold this real quick.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
But you're right. Like it does seem like you do have the discipline, enough discipline to like to get down if you want to get down.
Yeah, you know, so I started the year, right? And so we have a race we've been doing the last couple of years. It's in December. And like COVID and all that, when everyone was like, yeah, everyone should start working out. I didn't do that. I just fucking, that's when like the whole bike scene got big, and I was like riding bikes every day and just out there. And we were riding bikes and getting drunk the first year.
Oh.
So we were riding from like just riding around, getting drunk. And
Where'd you find this group, this riding group?
Instagram. I was following another group for a while because at the time I was already riding on my own. I was working in Huntington Beach, so I was riding my bike from my house in Westminster to Huntington Beach, and I was a half a mile from the beach.
The school, or you work at the school, or
No, I worked in Gustafson Brothers, the auto repair shop.
Okay.
Over there. And it's pretty much the top of Main Street, where Main Street and Gothard ends. Pretty much right behind the Albertsons there.
Is it near Ocean View? Like,
No. You know the Albertsons across the street from Huntington Beach High School?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's right behind that. But so I was riding there, and then I was like I ended up like doing like 30 miles a day on my own. So I'd ride to the beach, ride around, go to work, get off work, ride around the beach, then ride home. So I was doing like 30 miles or so a day, and like losing a lot of weight. Then that was like way before COVID. Then COVID hit, and we were just eating out every day, and not eating healthy foods, and we're just like you said, riding around on bikes and drinking, and yeah, it wasn't really. We were just kind of maintaining the weight we had, but it was pretty bad. Like now, like there's still guys that do that, but yeah, I don't drink on the rides anymore. But
I used to drink so much, but now I'm like, I used to be like, oh, let's save for the weekend, but weekends happen all the time. Let's save for birthdays. No, it's only funerals and weddings, man. Funerals and weddings where I get fucked up, but other than that, I don't really get too crazy.
Well, I'll let you know something right now. So I'm gonna kind of like super quiet about it, but let's see, got a punt. Oh, it's an ugly punt. I'd let it go, dude. Let it go. There you go.
We should have just done this from the beginning. Just talk and watch at the same time.
Yeah, right. That's like, you should buy a little tripod.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
So I had like some tests done the other day, and so like I've been losing weight again, but I was like going pretty hard. I was going a little too hard on myself, and I kind of knew that I was. And you guys out here?
Ooh.
All right, it's nice seeing you, dude. Yeah,
I'll see you, man. See you next game?
Yeah, all right, it's nice seeing you.
All right.
I'll have to tell my cousin if he ever has your class.
We'll interview this motherfucker next time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Miss Becerra.
He's not a higher level in any sort. He's like me. He's like me. He's not any higher. He's not a higher level.
You can't see it though.
Okay, no. I'll see you guys later. Drive safe. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So lately, Yeah. So anyway, so go to circle back to where I was when I started was. Yeah. So we have this race in December every year, and you're in a 5-point harness, right? So you're sucked down into the seat. Well, if you're big, whatever's not strapped down is fucking waving. It's flopping.
Yeah, it's like floating around.
Yeah. So like, dude, like my sides of my stomach are just fucking just shaking, and it's like it's bad. Like I raced before and I was heavier, and it's horrible. It takes a toll on your body. But yeah. So I was like, you know what? I was like, this is like 1 year. I was like, I can't be doing this. So I mean, kind of like focusing on my weight since the beginning of the year, and kind of off and on, and just kind of getting on it, get off of it. But lately, I was focusing on it, and I was like just gym every day, and I was like started riding my bike to work and riding it home.
Do you ever feel like insecure or nah?
A little bit, not as much as I used to. Like when I was a kid, like I felt really insecure. Then in high school, not so much, because that's when we started making fun of each other, and that kind of got rid of a lot of my insecurity because we would just talk shit on each other.
Yeah.
You know, look at your fat ass. They're like everything we did is like, oh, you're fat. Oh, you're breathing heavy. Oh, you're this. You know.
I feel like at age 30 or 30 plus, I feel like we don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck as much anymore.
I forgot who I was talking to. And
like,
I was like,
you feel so free, like not giving a fuck what people think sometimes.
Yeah.
But like looking back, like I cared so much about what society, friends, like you're so outside of yourself, and like you're not yourself.
Yeah,
or who yourself should be.
Yeah, back then I was like kind of like insecure about a lot of little things, and like I think about like not think about, but we'll have conversations about like stupid high school stuff. And damn, there's penalties, bro. Penalties are killing. That one's coming back.
I know, man. I'd be so pissed if I got a touchdown and I get called back.
Yeah. And like I'll think about like stupid situations. Like we'll talk about high school and like dumb situations. I was like, dude, I can't remember I got mad over that. I was like, that was stupid. Or I used to think this way. And I was like, damn.
Like if you come back with like your mentality and your knowledge now, you've been like you would handle situations so much better, navigate life so much better.
And it's funny because I remember like I broke up with my high school girlfriend at that time just because she hung out with some dude, but they were like in a group of people together and he was just in the group.
Oh, it was awkward.
Yeah, no, I just heard about it and I was like, what the fuck? No,
man. Just hearing things like I was insecure like that too.
Yeah, so I was like, I broke over there and it was a big old thing. And I was like, why did I ever get mad at that? That was dumb.
We don't gotta say names, but I fucked up. My bad. I didn't mean to put you in some positions either. I felt bad putting you in some positions. I used to go. For those that don't know, I used to go egging, and they thought it was my friend Robert over here, but it wasn't Robert at all.
Right.
They thought it was you and Wesley, right?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone thought it was me.
And the thing is, like, that guy lived next to the school too.
Yeah, right down the street. I can almost see his house from here.
We can go tonight and do it. We can go tonight and do it tonight. He would not know.
I think
15, 16, 17, 18 years later.
I think he still lives there.
Huh?
I think he still lives there.
Yeah, my bad, man. I didn't mean to put you, like, I was a kid.
That's okay.
Yeah, and there were times where, like, other people got egged. And because I went so much that people thought it was me that egged them. I was like, no. It wasn't me. So, and that's when I realized, like, I hate getting blamed for things I didn't do.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, I'll stop.
Yeah, I didn't get in trouble. I just remember being accused for it. And I was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, I was at home. And I was like, my dad could vouch for me. Like, you know, he knows I was home. But he's like, well, what if, you know, this happens late at night, so how did your dad know if you're at home or not? I was all at sleep. I was only been playing video games. You know, it was like Halo 3. And I was like, dude, we're playing video games. I ain't getting anyone's house.
Last call for 50-50 tickets, by the way. Last call for 50-50
yeah, that's the whole situation too. Like that situation too
last call
was another situation. I was like, dude, like I think I was telling you last week where I kind of felt like I bullied that guy, and like inadvertently did, and like not knowing, but yeah, I was a bully to that guy, and I kind of felt bad about it.
I really hate. I mean, like, I really hope everyone, like, when we were younger, like high school, maybe middle school, like they would forgive us, and we would forgive whoever like said shit to us too, you know.
Yeah.
And I hope they're not like living this grudge, like I need to prove myself, I need to work hard, so that person on the other end, I don't know, this person on the other end can like suffer because I see my success as something.
Yeah, and you know, you know, like since high school, like me and that guy have not spoken. I think we've seen each other a couple times at Michael's, but still kind of just, you know, stay at our distance. Didn't say anything.
Oh, you don't say hi or nothing?
Yeah, and they said, I think one time we said what's up, and that was it. And I know his friends didn't like me.
I don't know who his friends are. But also okay, we don't have to say it. But like, but also, his friends have all his friends just standing up for him. You know.
Yeah.
They don't know the details. They don't know what's up. How people have changed.
They're being friends.
Or grown. They're just being friends. They're just being a good homie to him.
Yeah, they're being friends. So it's kind of like whatever. And, you know, I think in high school drama.
Bad.
And. And oh, sorry, the Jacobo family threw me off. I just saw them all.
Wait, is this fourth quarter?
Yeah, just started in the fourth quarter.
Oh my goodness, it feels forever.
I know, and the time is 9:14.
This game gonna end at 10 o'clock?
Probably. It's not a running clock, so it's gonna be a while.
There's the clock.
It's
And the score is, let me see if I can focus.
35-0.
35-0.
Yeah, so
Give me a second.
oh, make it easier for you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so you know, I feel bad like for the, you know, it was like minor drama stuff and just more just shit talking. Like other than when he was playing football, that was the only time like I ever had to like. Oh,
fumble.
Ooh, okay, they're calling it out.
Out of bounds at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, lit right there. But yeah, so like other than us playing football together, like we didn't have any like physical altercations. Then for whatever reason at grad night, random draw of like out of all the boys ended up being me and him on that joust thing.
Out of that, it was like a gladiator, like foam, not foam, but like, you know, the padded.
Yeah, and like, I remember I was playing like casino. I was like playing something in the casino that they had there, and everyone comes like storming in the room. They called your name outside. No, you gotta go do it. I was like, oh, okay, and they're like, yeah. I was like, who am I going against? And well, you'll see. So I'm thinking I'm going against like, you know, Wesley Gore or somebody I know, and all of a sudden I get out there and it's him, and I'm like, oh. And at this point, like I'm already trying to bury the hatchet. Like not really bury the hatchet, but I'm like just avoiding the situation. And they're like, you gotta go. And so,
I think a lot of our emotions, that our reaction to emotions back then.
Yeah.
Also, it had to do with like cell phones, cameras not existing as much.
That too.
Yeah, imagine if cell phones, cameras existed then, we would have been like so screwed and half the things we did.
Yeah, that too. Then.
So who won?
I don't think there was a winner.
There was no winner, huh?
I know who won, but.
Is that person sitting next to me right now?
Yeah. But like I was like kind of going easy on him, then dink off
the donk.
Yeah.
The donk.
No good kick.
Hey, is it still live? Run it in.
No. Yeah. So anyway, so like I was like kind of like hitting him soft, and he hit me hard in the face, and I was like, okay, at this point I gotta get hard.
It's real.
Yeah. So I just laid into him, and that was it. Then they really didn't announce the winner, but everyone knew who won.
It's like a first grade Pop Warner when no one keeps score, right?
Yeah.
Like, but let's be real, we're all keeping scores.
Yeah, right.
We're all keeping track of touchdowns and stuff.
But on this topic, though, when I was coaching, I'd see things that I saw when I was here, and especially like when 2002, when I was a freshman, and got brought up to varsity towards the end of the year as a backup.
Wait, explain. Wait, say that again. I don't understand.
Oh, so when I was a freshman, like you're in the playoffs, and they'd bring up.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I already knew some of the guys on the varsity team already, just from previous years, and I'd see a lot of like bullying and like I'd say that Tommy Zero is a rough year of dudes. That 2002, 2003 group. That was like a hooligans, you know, of a team, but. A lot of bullying. Then, as we were going on, let's say the 2005 year, graduation year, there was quite a few bullies to one dude, and the repercussions of that stuff, what would happen later, was pretty bad.
Wait, someone got bullied and then shit happened, or what?
Yeah.
Wait, when we were seniors, or when was it?
No, we were. It was the senior class before us.
Huh?
The seniors before us.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh yeah.
so you know, talking about Corey.
Yeah, I was thinking about that just now.
So
For those who don't remember him, we called him Corn Dog at the time, but everyone just did. So
Well, also,
we just hopped on. We didn't know, you know. We
yeah,
just
at that time, we just jumped on the name. Then later, we found out the reason on the name, and the reasoning for the name was really fucked up. And unfortunately, Corey, I don't know,
passed away, right?
Yeah, he passed away, but I don't know his like initial diagnosis, but he was on the. It's safe to say he was on the spectrum.
Yeah, I would say so. But when we talk to him, but then again, everyone seems normal when you talk to him.
Yeah, he was normal. He's just a little off, like socially off. But
yeah, like
but he had his core group of friends, but unfortunately, his core group of friends treated him like shit every day, made fun of him, and he was, you know, the butt of every joke every day. And you know, there were some horrible things that happened to him, and he still chose to be their friend. And
you're right. In some way, he was kind of like resilient to it.
All he wanted was a friend, and he just, unfortunately, the guys he wanted to be friends with just treated him like crap. And it's just kind of crappy because like even some of the younger guys tried to treat him like that, and it's like, dude, you don't get to treat him like that.
And you don't think about like how the younger than that look up to guys like us or guys like them.
Yeah.
Then, if we say it's okay, then if they see something like that's okay, then they might think it's okay to treat someone like that even younger.
Yeah, and I felt bad for him because like he was a local kid, and his family's local, and like, all our families knew each other. So I knew Corey from like grade school. He was older than I was, but I knew him from grade school. So I just knew he was a little off, but he was playing football, so he would take a hit and get back up and just start. By the time he was a senior, he was still like a decent football player. But afterwards, after he graduated, he went into the Navy and became a CB, and just started feeling not good, and went to the medical side of the Navy, and they diagnosed him with a brain tumor, and then like not much longer after the brain tumor and like the chemo, he passed away.
Yeah.
Then I know publicly that Corey's parents, made it known to those guys that they weren't welcomed, and they weren't welcomed at the funeral. They weren't welcomed anywhere in the house.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah, they couldn't come to the house. They couldn't do anything, and those guys felt terrible. And
do you think those guys became? I haven't kept up with most of those guys. Do you think those guys became good guys as adults, or became good examples for the future people?
Two of the guys I can think of right now have been. One guy is now a football coach and a teacher at a high school. I will not give that. I'll not say where, but he's got a family now, and he's doing really good. And he's ever since then he actually had a lot of issues that had to happen to him, psychologically and physically from that whole thing. And it was a rough time for him, and he worked through it, and he's changed his life, and he's no longer that person. Like, he still makes little funny little crack jokes like he always did, but it's not on the level that it was.
But there's definitely growth within him.
Yeah,
right?
There's been a lot of growth and a lot of soul searching, and I could tell he's a totally different person. The other guy, he's kind of just been doing his own thing, and kind of relaxed, back down. Kind of calmed himself down, and he's just real respectful, and he's got a job, and he's got two jobs. He's got one job, and his part-time job's like actually in the bike world with me, and so he works at a shop. So I always see him when I go to the shop and go buy stuff. But the third guy, unfortunately, he felt bad. I know he kind of got drunk a couple times, got upset about it, but he unfortunately slipped in the shower and hit his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and unfortunately he was in a tub shower, and when he fell, whatever happened, he slipped and hit his head and became paralyzed, and his body blocked the drain, and he slowly, pretty much the tub filled up, and he drowned because he's paralyzed. And that was kind of like really the starting point of what you've done in the past comes to haunt you. And that's kind of how those guys saw it, and everyone kind of started feeling the repercussions of that.
That could be like, I don't know. Some people might call it bad luck. Some people might call it karma.
Yeah.
But I will say that even though we all did grow up from the same area, we all played on the same team.
Yeah.
I felt like it didn't really dictate who you get to become as an adult. You get to choose who you become. Like
that's true.
There's some guys that like you never think about it, but they went to prison. Some guys like became rich. Some guys successful in life. Some guys got married, kids. Some guys even turned their whole life around. Some guys get to live past 30, like us.
That's true.
Some guys don't get to live past 30.
Like the guy I was talking about who passed away, unfortunately in the shower. I knew him since we were kids too.
Really?
We played Junior American all the way up.
I remember he visited me when I was in Santa Barbara, and he got arrested. This before like I don't know if iPhone 1 to 3, and we just had a guess like where he was at, and we guessed correctly, and he memorized one of our friends' phone number, and luckily he left a message like, "Hey, yo, pick me up at this spot tomorrow." I guess it was just like a drunk tank. But the story he told us was he beat someone else up, but he eventually told us the truth. Someone else beat him up. He bumped into someone who was. But that was a pretty wild night in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just it sucks because he didn't he passed away young, and it's been a long time since then, real long time since then. So it's kind of what could his life could have been now. It's not like he was a dumb person or anything or fucking up, but just I don't know. You never know. And there's another guy that was he was a sophomore when we were seniors. Then when I came back, he was a senior. When I came back to coach, he was a senior, and I had I can't remember how many years after he graduated.
He had a brother, right?
He had an older brother. His older brother was the 2002 team.
Okay.
And I know I was done coaching at this point, and so this is after 2015, and
okay.
And I would see him every now and then. At that time, I was going out to the local bars all the time, and
he was always a likable, nice guy, right?
Yeah, he was.
Like
everyone loved him, and he was always really respectful, and he's a good kid. And then I know he got into some drugs and went to a bad place, and we'd see him sometimes, and he had a good core group of people there, and they would pull him out of the hole every time, whatever hole he would find himself in, they'd pull him out, and he'd be getting better, and then one night, it was a Thursday night, I believe. Yeah, Thursday night. So I get a call in like 2, 3 in the morning. Actually, no, it wasn't that early. It was like 6 in the morning. I get a call and I find out that he took his own life, and I was like, dude, really? I couldn't believe it. And it's just like, dude, like he was younger than I was, and just like again, like where would they been now these days?
Doesn't it affect you when you go to a game like this, and you're like, there's so many different directions like lives can take these men, like they can go anywhere they want in their life. Check.
Oh, sorry.
It's probably still working.
Yeah, it's working. I think I don't know what happened.
If it doesn't work, then we bonded.
Yeah, right. I think about that, and like a lot of it too. Like, so I have like one of so my first team that I came back to coach was actually they were my first JV team. So they were like sophomores.
Yeah.
So I did both varsity and JV in my first 3 years here, and so they were my first JV team. And now they live right down. Well, one of the guys lives right down the street from me, and then they all work out at his house. So like, occasionally, in passing, I'll see him out there. And these guys are like just about to turn 30, and I was like, dude, it does not seem that long ago. And I know, 50-50. Hold on, 50-50.
Oh, we're about to win. We're about to win this money.
$162.
Oh, what are we doing?
132-11005.
That's not us.
Once again, 132-11005. If you have that ticket, please come to the announcement.
Boo!
Yeah, that wasn't us.
It was the first time we get to do all game.
Right?
Boo! Didn't win that 50-50.
Oh, there we go. Oh, short. Stopped at the 1. What are we talking about? I just totally spaced out on that.
50-50 ticket win, but also like Thursday night, you got a phone call from a friend.
Oh, yeah. So we got that call.
We found
out, it was Friday morning, but he took his life Thursday night. But it was kind of bad. Just work. Your life could have been so much different.
I have a question. Like, like we both know, like now that I'm older, I realize like a bad apple can ruin the group.
Yeah.
What do you do with all these bad apples? Like, do you separate them, or do you give them redemption, or you can't outcast them?
You know, so you know, we've been kind of fortunate when I was coaching here that we didn't have that many bad apples. We had one or two, and oh shit! So we're here on the inside receiver.
Slot.
Yeah. So,
Oh wow.
okay, so
Oh man, that's domestic violence.
no, I gotta give a shout out. That's Kaylee. Gotta give her a shout out.
Slot receiver took a little bump from outside linebacker.
So my cousin, so she's my cousin's here, and
who's your cousin? Just say the name.
Sam Martinez. He's a center.
He's in right now.
No. Right now he's the equipment manager.
Okay.
Yeah, he's focusing on his academics right now and trying to college prep, and you know he's gonna come back next year.
All right, let's see.
He's with the team, but yeah, she's there's 2 girls that came out. Her
What are their names?
Kaylee and I want to say Trina is the other one. Sorry.
So the number 2 receiver on the right side right now.
Yeah, but she's fast.
Oh, she looks like legit.
Yeah,
The way she moves.
Yeah, she's a good runner. She's tough.
Oh yeah, she's speed. She's faster than me probably.
Yeah, she's tough. She just unfortunately doesn't get a lot of reps. Yeah, she unfortunately doesn't get a lot of reps, but she's a hard worker. She's a good runner. I think her position. I think she needs to do something more than receiver.
Oh, like what are her what are her gifts?
She's fast. She's fast, and she's quick on her feet. So
what do you think, corner, or what other position do you think?
I think she might be able to play some defense. Yeah, I think she play quarter.
Okay.
Maybe like a quick like a
nickel or something.
That or like an easy tight end, like where she's just fast, like out to the slot, out to the corner, out to the flat real quick. So you can probably do that, or just even like a running back. She's fast. I think just unfortunately her being a girl, she doesn't get that many reps as she should.
Damn,
but she's
man.
tough though. She was taking some hits last couple years, and she's been putting some hits on some dudes last couple years.
Oh man, if someone hit me like that, my feet would have been in the air.
Right.
I didn't understand physics. That's the thing too. Like back then, I was like, I'm good at physics in the classroom. I'm not good at physics on the field, and vice versa. The guys on the field sometimes are not the smartest, but like they can throw their body weight around so well.
Yeah, and so going back to your question, the bad apples. Luckily, like by the time you get up to varsity, you kind of weeded out all the bad apples, more or less. And some of them you kind of just keep just to throw on scout defense, and they're like, hey, dude, this kid's tough. Even though he's a pain in the ass, he's tough, and he's gonna make us better on scout D. But maybe he'll change. Maybe he will change. And you know what? A lot of bad apples have changed. And
it just sucks that in that time for them to change. Like I hope they don't affect others as well in that meantime.
Yeah, that too. And like that goes back to like I was telling you about a dentist. If you know who dentist is, shout out
you're telling about
shout out Stephen Vu. But Stephen wasn't a bad apple.
No good.
Oh my god.
Is that field goal?
Yeah, it was a field goal.
Oh.
Stephen Vu wasn't a bad apple. He just didn't know football and was just hanging around and trying to have a good time in the back. So he was causing a ruckus in the back. And so we started throwing him on scout defense and scout offense, and he didn't know football, and he was just out there. And finally one day he just like, I'm gonna start hitting people. He starts hitting people, and I'm like, okay, let's kind of guide you in the right direction. And Steven became a good fucking football player. And freshman year was kind of rough. By the time he got to JV, he got better.
Wait, was he a pretty big guy?
He's a big Vietnamese guy. He wasn't like chin size, but he.
You know what?
He's a good Vietnamese guy.
I think
that was like maybe 2013, maybe.
You know what's crazy? I think I ran into this guy at the park. Does he play basketball sometimes?
I don't know if he does.
I think this is a guy I ran into at Sigler Park that like I play football, and he's like, oh, I play football too, but like way later.
Oh, maybe.
So he's like, his name was Steven. He's like pretty.
He has a
like maybe my size.
He has a strong Vietnamese accent when he speaks English, but not strong. But
I don't remember it anymore now.
Yeah, but it's not overly bearing. But
yeah, I ran into this guy named Steven at the parks, and he said he played football.
Maybe, yeah, he's a big kid.
Yeah, he's like maybe my size now.
Yeah, he ended up playing like defensive end. He transitioned out of like a lineman to defensive end.
That might have been him.
Yeah,
I think
he got tall and fast.
He seemed like a nice guy. Like when I saw him at the park.
Yeah, he is a nice guy.
I really love.
Yeah, he is. He's a good kid. Like I said, he wasn't a bad apple. He just in the beginning, he just didn't know football and just wanted to like, hey, I'm here, let's have fun, and like goof off in the back.
What is this called? Is this called pistol? No.
I didn't see the formation.
It's like a shotgun, but it has a fullback to your left and a running back in the back.
Oh, I'd have to see it again.
Quarterback shotgun, fullback to the left of the quarterback,
Then
and
we-
running back behind.
Then when we were down on the freshman level, that's when we had bad apples. And luckily, I was with Leonard Ibarra and Coach Winterfield. Then at one point, Coach Contos was with us, and that was a fun year to coach because like we all knew each other for years. We all vibed each other. We all had the same plan, and we could all joke around, and the kids could like joke around with us, and everyone was on the same page. So it was a great time. But we had a couple of kids, and we tried to weed them out, and it just. If you don't play on scout defense or starting offense or vice versa, then you're doing this. And if you're not doing this, you're doing that. And if you're not doing that, you're doing something else. Or watching position, you're doing something. Everyone's doing something. And if you're not doing any of that, please don't come back. And there's just a couple of kids that were there and just...
Hold on 1 second. Oh, shit.
What happened?
No, I got a phone call.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be over to do something right now.
Oh, shit.
But it's all right.
It's over, but...
Oh, game's over
Game's
anyways.
over. Yeah, but long story short, we would, kind of weed out these kids that didn't want to be there. And it's like, hey, you could be here. You just need to, like, put some effort in. And as long as you're putting effort in and, like, you're contributing to the team, then you could be here. But if you're not, then I'm sorry, we don't need you.
All right.
But, yeah, but for the most part, it was fun. So next week's game's here.
I'll probably come again.
All right, yeah, I'm down to do this next week.
All right, then, for sure. I'll bring my stuff next time.
Yeah.
And
It was pretty fun.
good catching up with you, Rob.
Yeah, it was nice catching up with you too, dude.
God bless.
God bless.
Yeah.